Not all enemies come dressed as strangers. Sometimes, the most dangerous rivalry hides behind a smile. Sometimes, the person who claps the loudest in public is the same one who resents you most in private. This is the psychology of the jealous friend, an invisible battlefield of envy, insecurity, and silent comparisons. A bond that looks like love but often hides bitterness beneath its surface. Jealousy is born in comparison. The jealous friend does not hate you outright. They hate the way your light reflects back on their own shadows. When you succeed, they feel small. When you are praised, they feel overlooked. When you embody traits they long for, confidence, beauty, ease, success, it reminds them of what they believe they lack. At its root, jealousy is not about you. It is about the story they tell themselves in your presence. She has what I never will. She is what I am not. Friendship, which should feel safe, becomes a mirror that they can't bear to look into. Neuroscience shows that envy activates the interior cingulate cortex, the region of the brain tied to social pain. In other words, when a jealous friend compares themselves to you, they don't just feel an abstract discomfort, they feel actual pain. Your joy registers as their wound, and when you stumble, the brain rewards them with a surge of dopamine. This is why jealous friends sometimes feel a dark satisfaction at your struggles. They are addicted to your misfortune because it soothes the ache of their own inadequacy. Of course, the jealous friend cannot always reveal their envy. So, they wear a mask. They smile at your wins while secretly resenting them. They offer compliments laced with subtle barbs. They position themselves as supportive while quietly keeping score. Sometimes their jealousy is passive, silence when you share good news, distance when you shine. Other times it is active, undermining you, gossiping, or trying to sabotage opportunities. The most insidious form is when they imitate you, copying your style, your words, even your identity, not as admiration, but as a way to compete, to erase your uniqueness. Why does friendship, of all places, breed jealousy? Because friends are our peers. They live close enough to our lives that comparisons feel unavoidable. When a celebrity succeeds, we admire from afar. But when you, my equal, achieve something, it threatens me. The jealous friend asks, why her, not me? We started from the same place. We are the same age. Why is her life unfolding while mine feels stuck? This proximity makes friendship both beautiful and dangerous, because the closer someone is, the easier it is for admiration to rot into resentment. In Jungian terms, jealousy is shadow work left undone. The jealous friend projects their disowned traits onto you. If they deny their own ambition, they will resent yours. If they suppress their own beauty, they will envy yours. If they cannot own their hunger for love, they will resent your relationships. You become the container for everything they cannot accept in themselves. And instead of confronting their shadow, they externalize it, fighting you instead of facing their own reflection. Inside the jealous friend is not just anger, it is grief. Grief that their life does not look the way they imagine. Grief that their efforts do not produce the same recognition. Grief that no matter what they do, it never feels like enough. This grief festers as envy, but beneath envy, always, is longing. A longing for the confidence you embody, a longing for the love you attract, a longing for the ease you seem to live with. And sometimes, the darkest truth is this: they do not want to destroy you because they hate you. They want to destroy you because they want to be you. What does jealousy cost a friendship? Everything. Trust dissolves because deep down, you can sense the hostility. Safety disappears because you never know if your vulnerability will become their weapon. Intimacy fades because their envy creates distance even in moments of closeness. The jealous friend cannot celebrate you without secretly resenting you, and over time, this erodes the very fabric of the bond. What does it feel like to be on the receiving end? It feels confusing because the jealous friend may love you one moment and undermine you the next. It feels isolating because their silence at your wins hurts more than any stranger's insult. It feels like betrayal because a friend is supposed to stand beside you, not secretly root against you. And perhaps the cruelest part, it can make you question yourself. Am I bragging too much? Am I making them uncomfortable? Should I dim my light so they will stay? But here's the truth. A real friend never requires you to shrink. Only an envious one does. Jealous friends are not born. They are shaped. They may come from families where love was conditional, where siblings were compared, where they were told, "You'll never be enough." They may have internalized perfectionism, so every success of yours reminds them of their own failures. They may carry wounds of invisibility, so your visibility feels like theft. Their envy is not really about you. It is about the mirror you hold to their own unhealed wounds. Can a jealous friend change? Sometimes, if they are self-aware, jealousy can become a teacher. It can reveal where they feel insecure, where they must grow. If confronted with love and boundaries, some friends evolve, learning to celebrate instead of compete, but many do not, because admitting jealousy requires vulnerability, and vulnerability is terrifying when one's identity is built on comparison. And so, often, the healthiest path is distance, to love them from afar while protecting your own light. The psychology of the jealous friend is not just about envy, it is about pain, the pain of comparison, the pain of longing, the pain of feeling less than. But as for you, the one who is envied, remember this: your light is not the problem, their shadow is. Do not dim yourself to soothe their insecurity. Do not shrink so they feel taller. The right friends will clap when you win, comfort when you lose, and never confuse your growth for their loss. The jealous friend shows us the dark side of human connection, but they also remind us of this truth: the people who cannot celebrate your light were never meant to walk with you in it. Thank you for sitting with me in this reflection. If this stirred something in you, trust that instinct. Jealousy in friendship is real, and sometimes the bravest thing we can do is release what resents us and make space for relationships that truly honor our light.